Alright guys, so let me ask you something real quick. What if I told you that getting your finances under control in 2026 doesn't require a fancy app, a complicated spreadsheet, or some guru's 12-step program? Because here's the truth. Most people aren't broke because they don't make enough money. Most people are struggling financially because of small, invisible leaks that are draining their wallet every single month without them realizing it. Now guys, in case you're new around here, my name's Nima and welcome to the channel. I'm a corporate executive with over 15 years of experience in both sales and finance. My videos break down complex financial concepts to help you on your financial journey, whether you're just starting out or if you're already a seasoned pro. So guys, let's jump into today's topic, which is 8 frugal habits to start in 2026. Today, I'm going to give you my 8 tiny habits that I made that, are genuinely small, practical things that can quietly transform your financial life if you actually commit to them. These are not dramatic life overhauls. They're not things that require you to give up everything to enjoy life. They're just smart, simple adjustments that stop the bleeding and start building momentum. And that momentum you're going to get is going to be really hard to stop. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Okay, so habit number 1 is pull back your online shopping to just once a month maximum. And look, I'm not here to tell you that Amazon is the enemy because honestly it's not. The problem is never the platform, it's the habit around it. Every time you casually click add to cart on a whim, it feels like nothing, $10 here, $20 there, but at the end of the month, you're looking at a number that may genuinely shock you. Think of it like this. Amazon is basically a vending machine that never closes. It never judges you and it never tells you no. So you have to be the one who tells yourself no. The rule is simple. 1 intentional order per month, period. Stack everything you need into that one order, let things sit in your cart for a few days before you pull the trigger, and when you naturally start buying less of what you don't actually need, the better off you are. Now, the second habit on my list is to pack a lunch 7 days a week, not just Monday through Friday. Guys, most people feel really disciplined because they bring lunch to work during the week. And that's great. But then Saturday and Sunday roll around and then they're hitting every single fast food spot or restaurant that they can go to. Guys, 5 good days does not cancel out careless ones. Your budget doesn't work that way. If you're going to be out of the house for more than a couple of hours a weekend, just pack something. It's a simple habit that will save you a surprising amount of money when you add it all up in the end. Now, let's quickly dive into habit number 3. My habit number 3 connects directly to what I just mentioned. Cook once and then stretch that meal for at least 3 days. Guys, leftovers are not a consolation prize. They are actually a strategy. Dinner becomes tomorrow's lunch and then another dinner 2 days later. The fewer decisions you're making around food every single day, the fewer opportunities you have to make expensive, impulsive choices. I know eating the same food might be redundant and might not taste very good, but at least for one, it's generally more healthy than anything you would buy outside, and it's going to save you money, and if you can get mentally over the redundancy of just eating the same old food and not looking at it for taste, but rather for what you're actually saving, in the long run, it might actually feel and taste better to you anyway. Alright guys, now let's dive into habit number 4. Do 1 no-spend week every single month. And before you close out of this video, just hear me out, because this isn't about punishing yourself. Think of it as a financial reset button. 1 week a month where you are not setting foot in Target, not opening Amazon, not stopping at Chipotle or Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. You buy your groceries, you pay your bills, and that's it. This rest gets paused. It almost works like a financial detox, and the effect of it and what it has on your mindset around spending is honestly genuinely powerful. After a no-spend week, you start realizing how much of your purchases during the other 3 weeks were completely automatic and not intentional at all. That awareness alone is worth more than whatever money you've saved that week. Alright, now let's dive into habit number 5, which is something that more people need to hear in a country that is absolutely obsessed with buying new. Guys, buy used for anything that depreciates fast. That means cars first and foremost, but also furniture, tools, clothes, shoes, electronics. Guys, America throws away an insane amount of perfectly good stuff, and you can find gently used items in excellent condition for a fraction of the original price every single day. Let somebody else make that first massive depreciation hit the moment something leaves the store. Buying used is not buying junk, it's buying smart. It requires a little more patience and a little more shopping, sure, but the savings over time are very, very real. But guys, before I dive into number 6 on my frugal habits list that you should start in 2026, if you're gaining any value from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Your support helps this channel grow, so please guys, show some love by commenting down below, smashing that like button, and subscribing. Alright guys, now let's discuss number 6. Okay, so habit number 6 is one that nobody really likes to talk about, but honestly it makes a huge difference. Take really good care of the things that you already own. Guys, we live in a throwaway culture where the default move, the second something looks worn down or stops working perfectly, is just to replace it. But most of the time, what you already have just needs a little attention. Clean your shoes instead of buying new ones. Maintain your car on schedule instead of dealing with a massive repair bill later. Fix the thing before you replace it. Maintenance is almost always cheaper than a replacement anyway. And developing that mindset is going to save you thousands of dollars over the years without you even feeling it. Alright, now let's dive into habit number 7. Guys, I want you to dramatically increase the rate at which you're saving and you're investing. If you're putting away 3 or 4% of your income and feeling good about it, I need you to hear this clearly. That is not going to build real wealth. When you get your next raise or your next bonus, before you upgrade your lifestyle, upgrade your investment rate first. Push your 401k contribution to 15 or 20%. Max out your Roth IRA. Set up an automatic transfer into an index fund every single payday so that you never even see that money hitting your checking account to begin with. Yes, I know, it feels uncomfortable at first. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. But you have to be willing to do things that feel impossible until they start feeling normal. Even a 1 or 2% increase in your savings rate right now, compounded over 20 years, is a completely different retirement. And last but not least, number 8 habit on my list, and this is the one that most people skip right over, start measuring your financial progress by the peace that it gives you, not just by the stuff that you accumulate. Guys, bigger is not always better. Flashy does not mean successful. When your finances feel calm, manageable, and under control, that's real progress. And a lot of people are too busy by chasing the next purchase to ever even feel that. Less financial noise means less stress, and less stress means a better quality of life. Don't underestimate how valuable that actually is. So, with all of that being said, let's bring all 8 of these habits together. Because individually, guys, each one seems small, and that's actually the whole point. 1 online order a month, packing lunches 7 days a week, cook once and eat it for 3 days, 1 no-spend week a month, buy used whenever it makes sense, take care of what you already have, invest aggressively before your lifestyle creeps, and measure success by peace and not by buying stuff. None of these require you to make more money or get a promotion or win the lottery. They just require a decision and then the discipline to follow through on it and do it consistently. And here's what I want you to understand from this video. Financial transformation is almost never about one big dramatic moment. It's about a bunch of small, compounded effects, smart decisions that stack on top of each other month after month until one day you look up and you realize how your financial life looks completely different than it did just a year ago. And that's how it actually works. The people who are genuinely winning financially are not doing crazy, complicated things. They're just being really consistent with simple habits over a long period of time. And in 2026, with inflation still elevated, oil prices messing with the cost of everything, and the economy feeling uncertain, these habits may matter even more now than they normally ever would. Tightening up right now is not just smart, it's honestly necessary. And I just want to take a quick second to talk about why starting these habits, specifically right now in 2026, is so important, because the timing actually matters a lot. The economy is genuinely under pressure, gas prices are up, grocery prices are climbing, insurance costs are surging, and the overall cost has increased dramatically compared to just a few years ago. Your dollar is not going as far as it used to, and that gap is only going to widen if you don't get intentional about where your money is going. A no-spend week hits different when you actually realize how much of your budget is quietly being eaten by habits that you formed when things were a little cheaper and a little more forgiving. The online shopping habit is more dangerous now than it's ever been before because delivery has become so fast and frictionless that there's almost no psychological barrier left between wanting something and buying it. Guys, packing a lunch matters more when a fast food combo meal is pushing $10 or $12 each time. Buying used matters more when new car prices are still historically elevated and insurance on those new cars is through the roof. Guys, all 8 of these habits are always good ideas, but right now, in this specific economy, they're genuinely powerful tools for protecting your financial stability. The people who come out of this economic period in a strong position are going to be the ones who tightened up their habits when it counted, not the ones who kept spending like nothing changed. So look, at the end of the day, I want to leave you with this. The best investment you can make right now is not a stock, it's not a piece of real estate, it's not crypto, it's your habits. Because your habits are going to determine what your financial life looks like in 1 year, in 5 years, and in 20 years from now. Every single one of the 8 things that we talked about today is completely within your control, regardless of how the economy is doing. And it's also regardless of what the stock market does and regardless of what interest rates do. That is powerful. Start with 1 or 2 of these that feel the most doable for you right now and get those locked in and then layer the rest over time. You don't have to do all 8 perfectly starting tomorrow. You just have to start. And if this video even gave you one idea that made you think differently about your money, then it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video that I put out. I put a new video out every other day, and I want you to comment down below and tell me which of these 8 habits you're going to commit to. And guys, I genuinely read every single comment that you put down, and I comment on it as well. And I love hearing from you. So please share this with someone in your life who needs to hear it, because sometimes the right video at the right time changes everything. Thank you guys for watching this video all the way through. I'll see you in the next video.